Hello, second grade friends. This is Miss Green. Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 2, Whole Group Reading Lesson. Today we are going to be reading nonfiction, and we are going to learn about something cool that we find in nonfiction, which is called text features. So first we're going to watch this Brain Pop video with Annie and Moby to learn a little bit more about it.
Selden's lost his skin? Don't be upset, Moby. I think it's normal for snakes to lose their skin. But we better look it up in a book to be sure. No, not a storybook. A nonfiction book. What is nonfiction? Nonfiction writing is about real people, places, or events. It shares information and facts to help explain things. Newspapers, magazines, and textbooks are all kinds of nonfiction. And biographies are nonfiction books that tell you about someone's life. A diary can be nonfiction too. Hey, wait, whose diary is that? Nonfiction books look pretty different from fiction books. What are the parts of a nonfiction book? Well, the first part is the title. That's the name of the book. This one's called Caring for Snakes. There's the table of contents, which lists all the chapters and what pages they're on. You could read the table of contents to see if the book will tell you what you want to know. Let's see. This book has a chapter about snakeskin. Perfect. Some books have a glossary in the back. A glossary tells the definition of words that come up in the book. Well, kind of like a dictionary, except a lot smaller. Some books also have an index. The index lists words and topics in the book and the pages where they come up. Let's see. Snakeskin. Skin. Wow. There are tons of pages that have information about it. Now I think we're ready to start reading. But how do you read a nonfiction book? There's a lot of information in this book. So I'm going to read the book in small sections and stop and think about what I read. Snakes shed their skin as they grow. Let me think. I guess snakes need to shed their old skin and grow new skin as they get bigger. Their skin doesn't grow with their body like mine does. Cool. I know I understood what I read because I could put it in my own words. You're right, Moby. Looking at the pictures is important too. The caption is the writing underneath the picture that gives us more information. This caption says, snake skin is made of scales. The word scales is in bold, so I know the author wanted me to notice it. And the label shows us where the scales are. This book has a ton of information to remember. How can I take notes as I read nonfiction? No one can remember everything they read, so it can help to write down some things. Thanks, Moby. A graphic organizer can help you keep track of important details, like a timeline, word web, or KWL chart. We know that Selden shed his skin. We want to know if it's normal for snakes to shed. We learned that snakes shed their skin as they grow. What? Oh no! Selden's loose?
Okay, now that we've learned a little more about what text features are, let's practice using them and identifying them. So here is a nonfiction text called A Kid's Book of Space. So do you know what this part right here is? This is the title of the book, right? And then we also learned about the table of contents, which tells us the chapters that are in the book and what pages they can be found on. We also learned about the glossary, which gives us definitions of some of the important words in the text. It's like a dictionary, but it does not have as many words as a dictionary does. It only covers words that are in this text. And then we also have the index, which gives us a list of topics that are found in that book and what pages they can be found on. All right, so we're going to refer back to that slide that we were just looking at to answer some of these questions, okay? So one of the text features we learned about is the title. What was the title of that book that we were just looking at? A Kid's Book of Space, remember? Can be found on the very front cover. So that's what I'm going to write right here. Write in red, okay? A Kid's Book of Space. The title also tells us the topic of what we're going to be reading about. What page does space travel begin? So space travel, I believe, was a title or a chapter title in that book. So let's go back and see if we can find that in the table of contents. Remember, the table of contents tells us the title of the chapters and what pages they start on. So here is space travel. What page does it start on? Page 32. So P stands for page 32. Where is the glossary? If I want to know what page the glossary is on, remember where I look to find the page numbers? Yes, I look in the table of contents. So let's go back and look at that. So here's the glossary in the table of contents. It starts on page 40. Page 40. And what is a glossary? Do you remember? Yes, a glossary gives definitions of important words in the text. And it's a little smaller than a dictionary. In the index, information about Mars can be found on what pages? So remember, the index tells us the topics that are covered in the book. And these topics might be found in different chapters, okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the title of a chapter. For example, I can see that Mars is a planet. So Mars is probably found in the chapter called Planets, but if I want to learn specifically about Mars instead of all of the planets, I need to look on pages 15 and 16. Okay, so the index, it was asking us what pages can we learn about Mars. We just saw that, pages 15 and 16. 15 and 16. All right, so those are text features, and remember that text features are found in nonfiction text, and they help making reading nonfiction a little bit easier just because nonfiction usually contains a lot of information. So text features can help us to find specific information that we are looking for. All right, I hope you enjoy going through your learning module. Until next time, bye.